Hey, I'm Jessica. If you love cars as much as I do, you're in the right place. From drifting car days to uncovering the world's most iconic rides, gear up and subscribe to Race with Jessica for non-stop car fun.
Something really weird has been happening in the automotive world lately. Check out this 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe. Now look at this 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser LC250. You might be seeing a pattern here, but let me throw one more at you. This is the Kia EV9. Notice anything yet? With all these sharp edges, you can clearly tell that these vehicles have something in common. They're all boxy as hell. But why exactly is that happening? Is it because people suddenly developed a thing for rectangles? Or is it because boxy design is just inherently cool? Let's dig into this. Mystery times are shifting, and when times shift, what people desire shifts too. Or at least that's what it looks like. A ton of automotive brands are beginning to understand that consumer taste has evolved, and with that evolution comes a whole new movement. People are currently chasing a few specific things in their vehicles. First off, they want brunest intermovement. An SUV to live out their family hauling dreams? Yes, guys, too, alongside functionality, and the magic word here, nostalgia. Nostalgia is an incredibly powerful feeling, sparked by that sense of recognition. Honestly, it works kind of like a drug, and naturally automotive companies have figured this out. When this nostalgic feeling hits, people become way more inclined to purchase vehicles. Are you serious? Are you really back in the late 70s? And throughout the 80s, automotive styling looked something like this. The DMC DeLorean, insanely boxy. The Lamborghini Countach, one of the ultimate ass-keys vehicles. Poster machines of the 80s featured edges sharp enough to slice through anything. Ferrari Testarossa, the Audi Quattro, the Fiat Panda, every single one of these machines is undeniably boxy to anyone with working eyesight. You literally failed. Spotting a curvy car was rarer than spotting a unicorn. But then just 3 years down the road, vehicles transformed dramatically. What used to be standard back then turned into something forbidden, and there's actually a solid explanation for this. The priority during the 80s for automotive brands was, you guessed it, functionality and straightforward design. Though looking back, I personally wouldn't describe a Countach as functional unless I'm planning to do something illegal. Before the 80s, you had the 60s and the 70s. The 60s delivered some of the greatest automotive designs in history, period. You had machines like the Ferrari P4, the Ford GT40, the Alfa Romeo 33, Stradale, the C2 generation Corvette, and the original 901/911. And these are literally just scratching the surface. The American muscle machines from this period were absolutely insane too. I brought up the Corvette, but there's also the Camaro, the Mustang, the Shelby Cobra, the Plymouth Superbird. But hold on, I need to ask you something. Did you catch it? What was the primary distinction you observed between these American performance machines and the dud European sports cars before them? The muscle machines were already beginning to transition boxy. The explanation is straightforward. American streets were wider, which meant their vehicles were larger. Larger vehicles means more capacity, and humans absolutely love more capacity. Oh my goodness, what on earth is that? So the interior volume of these machines grew even more, and to maximize that volume, the vehicles got boxier. But America isn't only famous for supersizing everything like their fast food or beverages. They're also famous for generating massive profits. When you can manufacture a box-shaped vehicle, you're definitely going to pump out more of those than some complicated curved shape. More vehicles equals more revenue equals better margins equals more recreational substances. Nowadays, though, production is at an all-time high. Seriously, go literally anywhere, and you'll spot a manufacturing plant? The thing that really got me confused, though, was how boxy vehicles are now actually less functional. Let me break down the explanation. Most battery-powered cars resemble soap bars is due to this teardrop profile, also referred to as streamlined architecture. This design helps boost their distance, capability, and the exact same thing applies for combustion engine cars as their efficiency ratings improve. When you transform a car into a box, the aerodynamic performance completely crashes. As an example, the GMC Hummer EV has a drag coefficient of 0.45. You might not immediately know if that's impressive or terrible, but for comparison, a 1959 Cadillac Eldorado is actually more slippery through the air. The exact same issue exists for all these newer rectangular vehicles. Sure, they might be more efficient than something from the 60s, 70s, or 80s, but by today's metrics, they genuinely underperform. It feels like all that effort that went into making vehicle shapes more optimal over recent decades just vanished into thin air. But setting all of that aside, there actually is something functional about boxy vehicles. As we already established, when cars become boxier, they create more interior volume, which delivers two significant advantages: passenger space and storage capacity. For some reason, humans currently possess more belongings than at any point in history, which basically defines us perfectly. But as a result of that, it appears people require bigger storage areas in their vehicles once again, and that ultimately results in cars that look like this. The advantages don't stop there, though. The boxier automotive architecture can enable so many additional modifications. For instance, if you're childish like me, you can mount a light bar and temporarily blind other drivers at night. For entertainment, if you're more responsible, a roof rack or some kind of cargo container would be smarter, though definitely less entertaining.
Cut this out.
Let me share some data with you. There were more than 18,000 vehicle-related deaths in America alone during 2024. What this indicates is that there was a 3.2% reduction compared to 2023. There are multiple explanations for that, including enhanced safety features, which is precisely what boxier vehicles provide. Boxy vehicles feature bigger windows compared to their curved counterparts, and because of their shape, they're not positioned at a dramatic angle and are essentially vertical, creating massively improved sightlines, which is what certain drivers desperately need because they might as well be blind and have no idea what turn signals are. That leads us to the question everyone's thinking. Do we actually need boxy vehicles adjusted for inflation? I'm saying absolutely, but for one extremely valid reason. We've arrived at a stage where there's no going back with automotive design. Everybody understands what functions properly and what doesn't. And everybody wants to optimize their vehicles for efficiency, particularly if they're hybrid or completely electric. But there is genuinely absolutely zero purpose in discussing boxy vehicles if I'm not going to highlight some of the finest you can purchase today and some of the finest ever produced right now without any hesitation in my soul. The best boxy vehicle available is the Toyota LC250 Land Cruiser. You already know it's going to be bulletproof, reliable, you already know it's got incredible trail capabilities, and you definitely know that it is without question ridiculously overpriced. Number 2. The Mercedes-Benz 190e Evolution 2. This machine gets me so hyped. I unfortunately can't purchase one though, because they consistently go for approximately $200,000. Interpret that however you want, but that vehicle is genuinely incredible, gorgeous. The Land Rover Defender, it would be an absolute travesty if I left it out for a vehicle that originally debuted 3 years following World War II's conclusion. It surprisingly didn't evolve dramatically throughout its multiple-decade lifespan. 1983 introduced a major update that genuinely elevated it. The Volvo 850R, also a machine that I'm honestly starting to really appreciate. I won't lie, but now we step back to create space. For royalty, this vehicle literally defines boxy automotive design. It makes a declaration. You operate this, you absolutely know. People will be staring regardless of which year model you purchase. I'm referring to the Lada Riva. What is this plane had? That dog, doing the pride of Soviet engineering, the vehicle deployed in active war zones, the automatic choice for every intoxicated Russian planning to break the law. This machine absolutely dominates in terms of pure presence. When discussing boxy vehicles, seriously owning one in your driveway is basically free clout at this stage. Here are some of my favorite clips from these Ladas. This footage of someone demonstrating the Lada's hands-free trunk mechanism, or this absolute abomination that got created late one night by some Russians who consumed excessive vodka, or this clip, avoiding a drunk kamikaze driver. It doesn't get more practical than that. If you got something out of this, go ahead and subscribe and whack that bell icon so you're always first to know when new stuff drops. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you on the next ride.